As I noted at the beginning, Judge Reeves opened this memorandum with a fundamental truth. There are two sexes, male and female. This sentence had an interesting footnote. The defendants made this concession during oral arguments on the plaintiff's motion for injunctive relief. The parties have agreed to little else. Even Secretary Cardona and the U.S. Department of Education agreed there are only two sexes. Yet they continue to promote the idea that sex somehow includes gender identity. Now, Judge Reeves later describes some of the discriminatory impact of this view. As a practical note, ignoring fundamental biological truths between the two sexes deprives women and girls of meaningful access to educational facilities. In intimate spaces like bathrooms and locker rooms, students retain a significant privacy interest in their unclothed bodies. This necessarily includes the right to shield one's body from exposure to viewing by the opposite sex. After all, in the words of former Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the integration of an all-male military institution would undoubtedly require alterations necessary to afford members of each sex privacy from the other sex in living arrangements. That's from United States versus Virginia, by the way. This interest in protecting bodily privacy is sex-specific because of, not in spite of, the different male and female anatomies. But at a minimum, students of both sexes would experience violations of their bodily privacy by students of a different sex if the final rule became effective. Nonetheless, despite society's enduring recognition of biological differences between the sexes, as well as an individual's basic right to bodily privacy, the final rule mandates that schools permit biological men into women's intimate spaces and women into men's within the educational environment based entirely on a person's subjective gender identity. This result is not only impossible to square with Title IX, but with the broader guarantee of education protection for all students.